I've always been a night owl, so when I moved into my new apartment, the odd noises from the neighbor upstairs didn't bother me at first. The thumping and dragging sounds were a part of my new nightly routine. But one night, the noises changed. They became more deliberate, more disturbing. I had never seen my upstairs neighbor. The building was old, and the walls were thin, so I had always assumed it was just someone moving furniture or something equally mundane. But this night, the sounds were accompanied by a low, rhythmic chanting. Curiosity got the better of me. I tiptoed out of my apartment and climbed the creaky stairs to the floor above. The hallway was dimly lit, and as I approached the source of the noise, I noticed a faint, flickering light seeping through the crack under the door. My heart pounded in my chest as I raised my hand to knock. Before I could, the door creaked open, and I was hit by a wave of cold air. A woman stood there, her eyes wide and glassy, as if she were in a trance. "Can I help you?" she asked, her voice eerily calm. Sorry to bother you," I stammered. I lived downstairs and heard some strange noises. Just wanted to make sure everything was okay. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Everything is fine, just a little late-night project. Sorry if we disturbed you." Before I could respond, she closed the door. I stood there for a moment, bewildered, before heading back to my apartment. But as soon as I got inside, the noises started again, louder this time. The chanting grew more intense, almost frenzied. I couldn't sleep. I sat on my bed, listening, trying to make sense of what I was hearing. And then, just as suddenly as it had started, the noise stopped. Silence filled the building, and an uneasy feeling settled over me. The next morning, I decided to ask the building manager about the woman. He looked at me, confused. "There's no one living above you," he said. "That apartment's been vacant for months." I felt a chill run down my spine. I knew what I had heard, what I had seen. That night, the noises didn't come back, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. I never saw the woman again, and every time I walked past that apartment, I felt a cold, uneasy presence. I moved out a few months later, unable to handle the constant sense of dread. To this day, I wonder what I stumbled upon that night, and who or what was living above me.